Join alongside NBA analyst Jevohn Shepherd. Jevohn, Boston won a blowout win in Game 2 after having to claw back in Game 1. The big news coming out of this one, though, Tyrese Haliburton leaves the game. Still unsure whether or not he's going to be playing in the next one. If he misses time, is this a sweep?
Well, he's the head of the snake for Indiana, right? And yes, it would be a sweep because he does so much for the team. You think about the offense that they play, the brand of basketball. They want to get the basketball in, down the floor in about 3-4 seconds, and he initiates that. He starts that. So it's not only about the 8 to 10 assists that he gives them, the scoring that he gives them, but he's such a high IQ player, high cerebral player that he's looking sometimes for the hockey assists, right? Initiating everything for them offensively. So that would be a huge loss for them. And then you think about just getting the basketball to guys like Pascal, right? He's a big part of why that works.
Yep. Well, talking on the Boston side, Jaylen Brown puts together a monster game, 40-point performance. He's fresh off an all-NBA team snub. This is why you have the two J's on Boston. Does he deserve to be in the conversation as the best 1B in the NBA?
Well, this is a $286 million Robin, right? So some nights he looks like the Batman for this team. So yes, he does deserve to be in that conversation, but it's the way he plays, right? With the passion, he invigorates his squad. He's just tough. Doesn't always handle it the best, but he finds ways to score. Here's him with a matchup against Top and creating the space from 3. But he can score at all 3 levels, and there's times where he leads his team. We've seen that tonight, the aggression, the toughness, the grittiness, and then he'll play defense as well, sometimes step up and play the best offensive player on the opposing team, getting on the offensive rebound. So he's not afraid to mix it up. He's not afraid to get dirty for the Boston Celtics. So yes, he's in that conversation.
Look, we can't leave here without talking about Pascal Siakam. He had another efficient game tonight, but as we mentioned, Haliburton may or may not play the next game. Is it fair for Pacers fans to expect anything more from him, or is this his ceiling?
Well, first things first, right? He's figured out that Boston, they like to cross-match a lot. So a number of times he's matched up with Horford, and he's taken advantage of that matchup right there. He only hit about 2 threes, didn't get to the free throw line, but was just aggressive in those matchups and making things happen. Without Haliburton, there's going to be a problem, right? Who's going to get him the basketball? So I think he is at his ceiling right now. It's tough to expect a bit more. You look at the rest of this squad, and he's the only one that has playoff experience in games with this, this high stakes. So you got to be fair to him as well. It's a young squad, but he's out there doing what he can. I think it's going to get a lot tougher if Haliburton's not in that lineup.
The Celtics have been the betting favorites to win the championship since before the season started. They're now just 2 wins away of getting back into the NBA Finals. Jevohn, thanks as always.